thoughts, nor should no nobody knows it. There is the thing. There is no more generation of thoughts. Nor should you contemplate on thoughts. An amazing story about the mind has come to surface, has it not? All this time, we have falsely believed that self-excited. When you realize the true nature of things, you feel very pure like a flower that is in bloom. You feel like the whole world opens up to you. You feel like your mind overflows without any package, without any blockages. You didn't feel restricted to this body. Where am I? I am nowhere to be found. Now you experience the Buddha Subhava. Buddha Subhava means that there are no thoughts at this point of awakening of the moment. Where there are your thoughts, you have the most precise Buddha Subhava. There are no feelings here. There is no feelings, pleasure or pain at this point. The Arahant who has reached the fourth Supra, mundane stage of the spiritual path does not have any desires. Arahant is a state of awareness where there is no person. The Buddha is also not a person or human being. That's that non-existence and nothingness. Is the Buddha state within the Buddha state a person cannot exist. And you cannot draw a picture or mold a state because there is no person or shape. Devadatta, an enemy of the Buddha, saw the Buddha as a person. He tried to kill the Buddha so he could become the Buddha. He did not understand that experience of all defilements, trends such as excess greed, ill will, delusion, and anger brings about the state of the Buddha. The Buddha is not a person. The present pay besides encourage people to perform rituals. The people are being misled. It only confirms and worshippers ego, their self-identity view. This ignorance of their self-identity can make them live on in realms of evil of suffering. King Asoka built 84,000 temples and places for worship. But was he reborn being a bad realm? You have to understand this dharma, this universal law, the illusion and that there is no self if it is not be understood, and if you won't realize the pure path, pure truth, the possibility of being reborn is better realms will be very rare. Queen Malika gave a biggest alms given for the Buddhas and his disciples with utmost magnificence and richness. This kind of alms giving will only increase on one's ego and self-identity. They give alms to the nicest believing that the outside is true. They believe that they are conducting a meritorious deed. Again, due to their ignorance of not realizing the illusion of self and the illusion of the outside. They will only the reborn in words of suffering. The Buddha said, Dhamma Vinanati Pitachamata. This means that apart from the Dharma, now in the illusion of our thoughts, there is no mother, no father. Now in the Dhamma is of most importance. We honor that respect our present very much. You for all the Buddha said that you realize the pure truth. You will realize that there is no mother or no father in a sin. The Buddha said, Nisato Nijivo Sunyo, Nisato no being, Nijivo no living being, Sunyo nothing exists. When nothing exists, how can a mother and a father exist? Will there be? When you realize the pure truth, you lost yourself of the pure truth. Realizing the pure truth is the only way you can be should not be reborn in suffering else. If you have realized the pure truth and has an awareness of the supermundane spiritual path, you are safe from the hell. Dear friends, Dhamma, when they are every day we are practicing in day-to-day life. Then we are practicing Pratipada, also what Uddhapahu Arana said like that. We great practicing Dhamma. Sometimes in the practicing Dhamma, we face the more problems. We want to get a solution. Then Buddha Father, our spiritual guide and teacher, always ready to give a solution and explain the correct path to Nibbana. Then we, in a moment, the Father say join it us, everyone Saranai.
Therwan Saranai advanced. Therwan Saranai advanced.
Therwan Saranai.
Please accept my humble worship. Today I'm going to discuss an important theory of our mind. That means the creation of our mind. How our mind has created the formation of mind. It is really important for everyone to understand the formation of mind. Sarana to everyone. Today, I want to discuss one of the main issues we have when we go on this Dhamma path, summoned by Dhamma and Vansa. The main thing is to identification of soul doctrine is difficult for everyone, not only for me, for everyone, I guess. It is not an easy task. Therefore, I would like to share my ideas throughout 2 years. I got many experience in that concept. So, first of all, we should know what is our soul. That understanding comes through Sattva-jnanaya. Most of the time, our Buddha says, it is not an easy task to identify our soul. Because even though when we are hearing the summers for many years, if we can't understand it's the correct meaning of it, I think we have some difficulties to identify our soul. So, first of all, we should know what is soul. In Sinhala, it says, Atma Sangyava. What is soul? Soul means when you have a feeling of something, you have a soul there. Even though I tell this, you won't be able to understand why. What is the soul? Now, when you see a book, for an example, when you see a book, the soul is there. When you hear something, the soul is there. When you taste something, your soul is there. Why Uddhatpada Arana answer? Explain it. Every single moment, we are living with our soul. It belongs to our thoughts. That means the soul is always connected with our thoughts or feelings. Now, we know we have 5 organs, senses. Your eye, your ear, your nose, your tongue, your body, and the other part is your mind. Everything comes together, the mind creates, right? So, when you think, when you examine carefully, if one organ, carefully observe one organ in your body, I think you will be able to understand the concept of soul. It may take time. It doesn't matter. No hurry. We have to examine this soul, our soul. To identify our soul, it takes time. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Because we need time because we always think about how we attain Nibbana. If you have an idea thoroughly in your mind, I think you won't be able to understand this concept either. So it is not a hard thing even. You must have a patience first. According to my experience, I say we have a patience. We must have a patience to understand this concept when we go on this path. For an example, when you see something in your eye, you get an image. For an example, when you look outside, you can see various things. A tree. When you look at a tree, you see a tree. But we say there is a tree outside. There's a tree outside because we can see a tree. We don't say, we can't say there's nothing outside. But when you see a tree, inside there is a person. See the tree. That is you. I see the tree. You and you are the one seeing the tree, not your eye. That is how we see, right? But when you examine this eye very carefully, what is your eye? It is an organ, it's a sense. It has a power, that eye has a power to generate or create an image when it opens a sunlight. You get an image or shadow. Into your eye. When light comes into your eye, you can see a shadow. So when you think of it, how can we see the shadow or image from outside? According to Buddha says, the shadow comes to your eye because of the current or spark generates in your eye. It has a power to create an image. No one can control it. You are not responsible for it. Because when our body organs has created like that, there's no control over that matter, right? So that the main idea in what I want to say is the current, the power or spark, whatever the word I use, you have to understand that power comes automatically. Our eye is working very hard. It has a very high speed. Cannot even imagine, cannot even say that power, the spark, generates or can create an image. It shows, right? That image, we say, I saw this thing. I saw a tree. But tree doesn't know that is a tree. It is a tree. The eye doesn't know. Eye doesn't know it's a tree. Who says tree? We are the one. We are the one calling it is as a tree. Why? What's the reason? When you are born as a child, you don't know anything even. At least you don't know you have born even, right? You are one kind of a system, right? Like that. The tree doesn't know the tree is there. The eye doesn't know the tree is there. The eye doesn't know the tree. The tree is there, and the light doesn't know the tree is there. The power doesn't know the tree is there. No one is responsible for tree because of the word we heard before. It is a tree. We continuously saying it is a tree. But truth is not there. Only your eye has a power to generate an image. It comes automatically. No one can control it, right? So, this power always be combined with I am the one looking at, I can see, I am there. My eye, I can see the tree outside. That is the thing it has, that our ignorance. We don't know it is, because earlier I was taught there's a tree outside. We can see anything. But there's, it has two extremes. When you see a tree, there's a tree outside and there's a person inside. You can see two extremes are there. So when you have two extremes, you won't be able to see the correct way of Dhamma, Anatma doctrine, Anatma Sanya. When you see how it has formed, the tree has formed, basically the formation of your mind, you can definitely understand how your soul has formed by yourself. Understand what I said? So every time you have to examine to your organs. There is no person in that. Only it has, your organ has a power or it has a current to generate an image, a sound, a taste, a feel, and a thoughts. It happens automatically. When you add some words, when you see, this is the wrong way, that leads to create soul doctrine. I hope that you have an idea, at least small idea, how you can understand the formation of your mind. Every time when you hear something, when you taste something, when you see something, when you feel something, you have to find out how it has formed. That means the formation of your mind. There is no place for mind even, right? So therefore, go to your child and see how many words or collection of data needs to create your world. Just imagine, from our childhood up to now, so many things you have in your mind. Because of when you think, your mind is, you have a mind, you must struggle, or you have to always struggle with your thoughts because you feel it is true. My mind says like that. My mind says like that. I feel it. That is the ignorance we have in our life. So don't hesitate to understand this concept and don't rush to understand this concept. One day, when you examine this theory very carefully by listening Dhamma Sama, you will be able to understand this is true. The I, that means I has the power to generate an image. The ear has power to generate sound. The tongue has the power to generate taste. The nose has the power of create a fragrance. The body has power to feel whatever outside. That means warm, cold, softness, hardness, everything we feel when we touch these things, right? Basically, you must have an idea. These are 5 senses. These are not belongs to us. It is our body system. No one is responsible for this body system because it has a natural process. In that natural process, you try to examine carefully where you are. If you feel, when you think your thoughts are right, you have thought, there is a place for thought, there is a mind, I have a mind, I always thinking. No, it is not like that. It comes automatically. Sound plus words is equal to create your mind. Not only that, other things even, right? The basically sound and your voice. That means words. When we add words for a sound, it makes an image or feeling or thought, and it's create a mind. Mind is a thought. Aramunu. In Sinhala it says aramuna. Situvilla. In English it says feeling. Thoughts. But these are the words commonly used in English, right? Thoughts, especially thoughts. Thoughts are not true. We are living in an imaginary world. We imagine these are the things we experience. Your imagination is not true. It is wrong. That is why we always try to understand to live from the imagined world and living with the real world. So, the Anatma doctrine is very important till you are attained Nibbana. I want to say it again. You won't be able to clear that point at once. It takes time. Don't worry. It takes time according to your capacity, according to your knowledge in that is where Saptinyan. It will help you to understand this concept. I want to say you have to examine very carefully your 5 senses and basically keep in mind it has spark. It is a spark. It has sparks. Eye has a spark. Ear has a spark. Tongue has a spark. Body has a spark. Mind is another spark with all these things, right? Just imagine when you have a current spark. It doesn't know it is a spark even. It doesn't know this is a sound. It doesn't know this is an image. It is a color. It doesn't know this is a taste. But the spark doesn't know anything. It comes automatically. It doesn't exist even. It comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. It happens at a high speed. We won't be able to understand the speed of it even. When it happens over and over and over again, these sparks, it has a main power to generate. These things are existing every time. That is another main think in that concept, when it happens over and over again, we think it is there. Tree is there. Book is there. Cold is here. Softness is, I feel softness. Hardness I feel. Why? Because of the speed. At a fraction of a second, your mind works, right? I don't know. I can just even imagine the speed of our mind, right? It is a system. It's like a machine, right? So try to understand this speed of the power every time give us an false idea that everything is there. Everything is alive, not alive. It is a creation in every single moment. It is not a permanent thing even. It is not a permanent thing because creation, creating every second, is there a permanent thing? Can we say like that? No, we can't say. There's not a permanence in there. No non-permanence. So try to understand this concept carefully. It takes time. Don't worry. No hurry. No hurry. You have to examine. When you taste something, you know it is sweet, it is bitter, it has sour. But sour doesn't know it is sour. Your tongue doesn't know it is sour. The object we eat doesn't know it as sour. How? Who says sour? Your mind. Because you have previous experiences in your mind. You have a lot of collection of data. When something touch in your tongue, you know this is sour, this is sweet, this is not sweet, untaste, not taste even. Your mind says because of the data you have in your mind. The data is not completely give a true idea of your mind. The word you have put to that for that spark giving you a false idea. That is the hidden thing inside this concept. I think you get at least a small, at least a small idea what is Anatma Sanya, Anatma doctrine. Try to understand this. Try to understand this noble truth. Our Arana always try to explain you for everyone, not only you, for me, for everyone. In Zoom discussion, the identification of your soul. Every time we think, when you think, the soul is there. There's a person inside. There's a living being inside. But there is no one is inside. Your feelings are, it's a fantasy. It's not a real world. Real world is, it comes when it comes to your feeling. Not your thought, not from your thought. It's a hidden thing. It's difficult to explain, but you feel it. There's no person inside. There is no taste inside. It's only a spark. It's only a sense we have. We get from our senses. It's only there are only senses we have in our body, not our body either. It's a system. So try to understand this. It will remove your false idea, the person inside you as called a soul, will remove little by little. When you take a pot filled with water, think that the water is your thoughts. When you take one drop from that pot to outside, one day the pot will be empty. The data, all the data you have put in your mind will be deleted. There's no, in that process, even no one is doing it. It happens automatically. When you go patisota, it happens automatically. No one is doing it. There's no person. It does not belong to a person. It happens automatically. Actually, I'm telling the truth. According to my experiences, it takes time. It doesn't matter for me. When you are in a hurry, you won't be able to feel it. You won't be able to understand it. But take your own time and try to understand this concept, the soul concept. How does it form? How your mind has formed? When you, I think it will help you to remove your idea of a person that you have inside in every thought. Understand what I said? So when you think of your eye, that is the main organ we have, no? So when you think of your eye, you know it gives us a shadow, but behind that it has a current. It has a current. Always it is a spark. In general, we can say it is a spark. Now, when you imagine, if you can imagine how that spark shows us an image is there. But we can see from the outside, in other words, right? So, now you know, we are unaware of it. So we always think everything we see coming from the outside, not in your eye, not in inside your eye. Why? Because we haven't heard a correct path to identify how that image has formed. It is really important to know how we can see that image or shadow from outside, and we consider it is always coming from the outside. But out there, if there is an object we see from our eye, that object also doesn't know. Now, take an example. It is a book. It doesn't say, now you are going to see me. I am a book. Right? Your lens in your eye doesn't indicate I am the one doing this part. Because of me, you can see the book. It doesn't say, right? And the power that generates inside the eye doesn't say, no, you two are wrong. I am the one generating this image. You have only one duty. I am the one making it as an image. Who says like that? No one. Any of your part in your eye doesn't say anything. Doesn't say anything. It is a mechanical system. It's a mechanical system. So, in that mechanical system, no one knows what is their part. No one knows their part. It's happening eventually. That means it's occurring all the time. But we are unaware of it. We don't know it is happening all the time. But we are living with the thoughts. These are true. These are the things we can see outside. Is there always with us. When we, it's very hard to live from these things because we were attached so much in different ways. It's a sad part, I mean. When you are attached so much to somebody else or to someone, maybe your family, maybe your friends, maybe some objects in your house, valuable things. If you have a car, you love it, right? You love to drive your car. You love to have your car. You love, and when you take a person, for an example, we love our mother, father. If you have children, you love your children. You can't leave them, right? Because you are always thinking these people are always with us, right? These people are always with us. This is the real world we live in. It is not like that. That is what it is, an imaginary world. Imaginary world make us fool. Our foolishness. That foolishness can be eradicated little by little, step by step, by understanding the way of creating an image inside your eye. But I want to say something. Have you ever heard the eye say, I am the eye? No, right? We are the one put that name, that organ. This is my eye. This is my tongue. This is my nose. Right? In Sinhala, Asa, Kana, Nasa, Sharira, like that. In other language, they say in their language. In Tamil, it belongs to their language, right? It is a simple thing, because you can understand the words we put on these organs or else or everything is not true. According to the countries, according to the languages they speak, differ. Because of that, they explain these organs are in different ways, right? That is also you have to understand. It's a simple thing, no? It's not a hard thing to understand this concept, right? When you examine this theory in your mind, you have to think it in your mind, right? Little by little, you will get to know the truth, the noble truth of Lord Buddha said, right? Now take another, when you think of our ear, it's a main organ. We cannot hear anything without this sensor. It's a main sensor in our body, right? Now, ear doesn't know it's a ear. Ear doesn't know it makes sounds. The part of the ear inside make, that means eardrum doesn't know that is eardrum. Even it doesn't know, the wave comes and touches the drum and makes a sound. Who says sound? The other one says sound. When the wave touches the ear drum, it makes a sound. It makes a sound, right? But sound doesn't know it is a sound. But we are the ones saying, oh, it is a sound. Now when you hear a sound, it's a sound. When you are talking with someone else, so you can hear the voice of that person, right? Now when you go on the road, you can hear different sounds, right? But we can identify in different sounds. This is a voice of a car, voice of a bus, voice of a motorbike, like that. Why? What's the main reason behind it? Because you have so many data in your mind. That is irreversible, right? When you hear a sound of a vehicle, at once you will recognize it's a car. In that part, you cannot separate the voice and the color. It comes both at once. No separation. Cannot separate even. Never ever. You cannot separate the voice, that means sound, and the color. It's really hard. But the mechanism is there. That's why Arana always says sound plus color is equal to your soul or thought. Sound plus color means it comes as a combination. The effect of this combination make a thought. No one can separate it. It's always together. And it comes at a high speed even. That's why we are continuously hearing. We can hear everything continuous. The speed you can't imagine. Can't imagine. When you see something, that thought only it happens in your mind. Right? When you hear something, only that thought, that process happens. Just imagine with these five senses, the speed of the mind is unbelievable, right? 1 second, one thought, not a 1 second even. It is hard to explain, right? Only one thought. How many thoughts you have for a while? Cannot count. Uncountable thoughts we have. This is a problem also. It makes us feel like, because we always think it is there. When something is there, you are also there. That is the hardest thing. I am the one talking, I am the one hearing, I am the one testing, like that we always have. You cannot separate you from that feeling. If you understand the theory well, how the mind is formed, then only you will be able to get rid of from your mind. Understand what I said. I hope you can understand this. If you feel it's a simple thing. Yes, when you hear this thing, oh, it's a simple matter. We can understand. But when you are being practical, it's not an easy task. According to my experience, I'm saying like that. Somehow your soul is attached to everywhere, in every thought, in every single day, and every single moment. That's why we always think we are living today. This is the end of the day. This tomorrow I have to go to the office. I have to do my work. I have a lot of work. Why? You are living. We think that we are living. Yeah, that's why we are continuing all these things, right? We are living. Who says no? Because I'm here now. You can't see me. I can talk to you. I can do my work without any problem, right? So always think we are living. That's the problem we have. We are not living. It's a power generates from your senses that you are living because of the speed, because of the senses speed. It happens. If Buddha has not explained the speed of these five organs, we won't be able to understand a single thing. I'm so gratitude to Buddha Arana sir explaining this theory in each and every moment and each and every Dhammasaman. So try to understand this. The senses makes you happy, but that happiness will turn as a sorrow because there's no permanent happiness in this world. The permanent happiness you will see one day when you are get rid of your five senses, from your five senses. In Sinhalese it says, Ayatana Niranga. Then only you will feel I am out of the thought. Now I am living. Now you are going on with the feel. I'm sorry to say it's really hard to explain what is feel. It is inside. It is coming inside. It is coming inside when you are get rid of from your five organs. You know, this world is not true world. This is an imaginary world. Initially, you have to think of it. This is not the real thing. What I'm using, what I'm talking, what I'm seeing. But after listening to this Dhamma, you will be able to handle this situation without thinking it. When you think, that means you are there. It is not a fear. Try to understand. What I'm explaining is really hard to explain, right? Thought and the feel is entirely different thing, right? Thought always gives a false idea. Without thought, you will get a feel. You feel it. Now, for an example, when you get into the water, you feel cold, right? How can you explain it that is cold? Only your body can feel, right? The coldness. When you go under the sun, you feel hot, right? That is a feeling. That's a feeling. When you feel hungry, it's a feeling, right? Like that. It's very hard to explain what is feeling. Thought is not a real word. When you have feel, that means there is no soul in that. There is no soul in that, right? According to my experience, that fear is so beautiful. Even though I explain it's beautiful, then someone is there. No. Right? It is a different experience. It is a different experience what I have undergoing, what I am going through, right? Without mind and living with a feeling. It is no, in this situation, we cannot expose me. I am like that. I'm there. I'm living. No. There's no one in that way. It is a peaceful thing, right? We are not unnecessarily involving for anything. And you see everything, occurrence, the things happening, things are happening. I'm doing it. Not like that. Things are happening. You do only your responsibility. Without you, and that means you are get rid of your mind. Mind is off there, right? Simple thing I'm saying. Your mind is off in that situation. Mind is not working actually. You are living with a fear. Not you actually. There's no person that it comes automatically. The system generates that, right? That system generates that. That's the feeling. It is also when the power of your thought is reducing, that feeling comes. No one is doing it. That is also happening automatically. There is an automatic system. Understand what I say? I think some people can understand to a certain limit. It has a limitations because according to your knowledge, Satjnana, and when you compare this Dhamma with your experiences, that feeling, that understanding of what is feel, what is thought, will know that you are the one person and have that feeling, right? I cannot say you exactly this person has this feeling. No, you are the one experiencing that situation, right? But even though I'm saying you are the one, there is no one there, but to communicate, I have to use that word. I have to use that word. So what I want to say is, at least take a few minutes when you are practicing this Dhamma. You have to examine your 5 organs or senses carefully. If someone is there. Action mind. When you're practicing actions, you have action mind. That means Kriya Siddha. And that also have no one. In that even no one is there. I am sorry, it's very hard to explain that no one is there. That is also happening automatically. The incredible thing is, in this system, generates everything automatically. It's incredible. That's incredible. That is incredible, right? You have to understand this. Again, I want to say, don't be in a hurry. You have to. One day you will realize what is feel, what is thought, what are the 5 senses, what is the spark. Gradually, you will learn. You will understand it. Okay. I hope that you can get some idea on it. I hope that you have an idea of your mind, how it has created or how it has formed. So it's very important in your life to understand this concept. That is what we should know, basically, and even mainly. So I'm going to conclude my discussion now. We'll meet another day and discuss something more than this in the future. There was Arana answer. There was Arana answer. There was Arana.
Therwan Saranai, Arana say, our time is over now. Yeah. Shall we stop today?
Therwan Saranai, may you answer?
Oh, Therwan Saranai, our time is over now. Shall we stop today?
Okay, Therwan Saranai.
Okay, Therwan Saranai.
I just want to thank because I want to thank our Dhamma friend for her long and lengthy speech, which she highlighted a lot of things about the creation of mind and how it is created, and also identification of soul, and very clearly. And we must thank her for her valuable speech. Therwan Saranai, all my Dhamma friends. Therwan Saranai, may you answer? Therwan Saranai.
Therwan Saranai.